Back, MTG Joe here. It is my favorite time of the month. It is metagame challenge time. So Wizards has been doing a lot better job of giving us metagame challenges. So last one was historic. This one is standard. So we're going to take a shot and play out a bunch of different decks. The qualifier this month as well is standard. So I got my play-in points and I want to kind of test out a bunch of different decks. Many of you know I like to play aggressive decks, but I want to see if there's been an increase in stock up decks. So stock up going into Pixie, stock up going into Omni, stock up going into a whole bunch of different decks to make them a little bit more consistent. So we're going to try out a bunch of those decks today in this challenge, hopefully farm some packs. For those unfamiliar, basically it's 2,000 gold. You play till you lose a game. It's best of 3. Your break-even point is basically between 2 and 3 wins. 2 wins basically nets you a pack for 500 gold. If you get hit 3 wins, you get your gold entry back and 3 packs. Anything beyond that, up to 7 wins, gets you 30 packs, 5,000 gold. And just bragging rights on Twitter. So what we're going to start off with is we got 4 decks today, hopefully to get through. We got Omniscience combo we're going to start off with. We have Stock Up Pixie, Dimir Mill that someone in my Discord won an RCQ with, and then Old Tried, and Tested, and Truthful Gruul Mice. But let's start off with Omni combo. So this deck here got basically an addition in Stock Up, helps you be more consistent with the combo. It is a deck that's been putting up a lot of recent 5-0s in MTGO, doing well in challenges. I kind of made a hybrid between some lists that were going around. Yuta Takanashi got 7-0 in the metagame challenge with it. But Stock Up basically lets you curate your hand, help you find those key pieces to combo off. Look at the top 5, and then just put 2 into your hand. Once you're comboing off, it also helps you dig a little deeper. For those unfamiliar with the combo, what we're trying to do is put a copy of Omniscience in our graveyard, and then we are going to go with Invasion of Arcavios. Invasion of Arcavios is going to go into our sideboard. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get Johan's Stopgap, and we're going to keep bouncing the Invasion of Arcavios back to our hand, drawing a card, and then casting Invasion to get another copy of Johan's Stopgap until you draw your second copy of Invasion of Arcavios. What we should actually make it take a step back. We should first cast Season of Weaving, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of Omniscience because it's a creature at this point, and then return all cards, each non-land permanent to its owner's hand. We can also draw cards. That gets it going. You bounce the Invasion back to hand, then you get Johan's Stopgap. You dig until you find the second copy of Invasion of Arcavios. Once you're able to do that, what you do is basically cast Invasion, you bounce, you get Season of Weaving, the second Invasion gets Haunt the Network. You can do Rally, there's a bunch of different cards you can do to basically win. Breach the Multiverse, Heroic Reinforcements, stuff like that, and you kind of combo. And then you just kind of win that turn. Otherwise, you are a Azorius, kind of just draw, discard style effect. We have Temporary Lockdown to help us against aggressive decks. As far as Dispersal as kind of interaction. We have Philagi to dig into the combo. Oracle of Tragedy can draw discard to loot, and it can also shuffle up to 4 cards. So if we mill over some key pieces, we can kind of rebuy them into our deck. Confounding Riddle helps us dig. It's also a counterspell to protect that. You'll notice Cavern of Souls. This is mainly for your sideboard. You can name Human Main, but it's not as important. In the sideboard, what you have is Grand Abolisher. So your opponent basically can't interact on their turn, which is pretty strong. You name Human, it sticks really strong that way there. Another card that a lot of these lists are picking up is Riptide Gearhulk. It enters, you get to put 1 target non-land permanent, basically third and top of their library, so you can get rid of most of their hate pieces. You could also name Construct. If they're bringing in a lot of heavy graveyard hate, you have ways to kind of deal with it that way. The Temporary Lockdowns also incidentally hit a lot of the common graveyard hate. We have some Negates, Day of Judgment as additional sweeper, Disenchant for graveyard hate mixed in. So we are going to give this one a shot. I've played this deck a grand total of probably 1 time, but let's see how it goes. What we want to see how easy it is to kind of operate the combo lines. Will opponents concede? How does it play against graveyard hate? So we want to get a feel, all those things. There is a version that you can do like bounce with this town ain't big enough. Once you get Omniscience and Invasion going, it's kind of build your own adventure how you want to. But we'll give it a shot, see how it goes, and hopefully have some fun. First game sometimes can be a freebie, so this hand looks good. You have Blast Zone, which can be good against the aggressive decks. We'll do that. We have Confounding Riddle, can help us dig as well. Okay, so it's this basically a freebie matchup. I think we Confounding this turn. Try to just dig for Abuelas here. You got it. You can just stick these out too, they'll gum up the floor. I think here... Oh. Okay, I was thinking you could get to it with it. So here... Start with this. Get temporary lockdown. And then we'll probably just want to save this for after, since it can give me a blocker. So we'll just do Moment of Truth. We're about a third of our deck, so we just need to find an Abuelas. We do also not have the Invasion, so that's something to note. Okay, opponent's playing more into the face-up lockdown. So here... Okay, so our deck doesn't want to find any effects. We are a good amount there. Okay, so we have Invasion. We can at least, if we find it, hit the combo. Oh, okay, we are just digging here, folks. Digging. Whole lot of lands. This is actually hilarious. There we go. Okay, so we win next turn. This deck just did not want us to find our spell. Okay, so they're unsheltered, worth noting. Are we just dead? Almost. They almost killed us there. $12 damage in. That was scary. Doesn't matter. So what we're going to do here, just do this for 0. We are going to get Omniscience. Omniscience is going to come into play. We are going to do Invasion of Arcavios. We are going to go into our sideboard. We are going to get Season of Weaving. we are going to cast Season of Weaving. So then what we will do, we can play out Omniscience as well. So we'll go into our sideboard. We will get Haunt the Network. We will cast Haunt the Network. We will cast Invasion of Arcavios. We will go into our graveyard. We will get Season of Weaving. And now we're just going to loop. So we'll make copies here. Search our graveyard on the network. They gained a lot of life, which is kind of annoying. So we do have to do this quite a few times. But this doesn't matter, like, technically how much life they have. We would just keep winning from here. Let's search our graveyard on the network. Opponent could concede at any time if they'd like. So, somewhat click intensive. Much easier to demonstrate the loop in paper. Sure we don't mess up the clicks. Search our graveyard. Then should kill them. All right. So they made us go through the clicks. We're fine with that. A win's a win. This matchup, we're just going to want probably just that. As far as dispersals, probably the trim here. I don't know if they necessarily have a sideboard, but pretty much their hate we can deal with. I don't want to bring in a disenchant without seeing what they have. Otherwise, probably just a chart a course cut. Having the creatures, they just block early. It forces them to use Shelter by Ghosts. It can give us some ammunition. I think we're just digging. If it's not a combo piece, just put it to the bottom. So they can play cards from the top of their library. Hitting a lot of lands, which is kind of annoying. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm do a couple moves. I want him to commit a bit more to the board. We might do this just as a set. Okay, so we got another lockdown. Probably just another Philagi. Put the land in the graveyard, lockdown there. I want him to commit more to the board. We got invasion, we got part of the combo. Could dig a little bit more. Maybe we do. Keep the second one. This will just get them to play more. They notably don't have green mana, which is good for us. Jeez. I cannot hit anything. We'll give it one more turn. It's alright, John. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I've had ones where like I can't get past 2 wins. Others I do well in. Oh. Part of the combo here. I think with that, I will just soak up a block here. I think at this point, we're going to get them for a good amount. At least take this off so they don't get to play off the top of their library. Alternatively, if I draw Omniscience, I just win. So that's fine as well. Block down here. Get rid of the land. Just take Omni land. Here we go. Oracle, draw, discard. We'll get Omni here. So we are going to search our sideboard. So I think here... Okay. I don't know there, though. They would have been okay, I think. That's where I have to kind of figure out this deck, because this all enters at the same time. So Sheltered by Ghost tech... I don't think, though, that Sheltered by Ghost would have a creature, because they all enter at the same time. So we should be okay there. But that's something we want to just see how that works. I learn from that. But on the board... We got some achievements. What'd we get? Have a creature with mana value 8 or less. Yeah, I am. I'm playing 3 Gearhulks on the side. Continue. So the list... is right here. We have 3 Gearhulks, 3 Abolishers as like sideboard creatures, post board. We played against Rabbits. Hey Ruben, how's it going? Folks want to find the list, you can just go to my Untapped under events. It'll show up there now. But let's see if we can play against a real deck. Opponent goes first. Probably fine. I mean, that seems pretty good. Blue-white control seems like it's going to be a gross matchup. I don't stream enough on Twitch, so I don't have the same audience. As such, it's better for me to usually... Sorry, give me 1 sec. Let me just decide what I want to do here. Cavern probably doesn't make sense, so let's just take Confounding Riddle as well as Atakar Waste. And we'll... I think we're just going to get rid of Afara's Dispersal. I want to keep the second Omni in hand. So if I get... With YouTube, I'm already monetized, so it's just easier to do it while on YouTube. I want to kind of get them to tap out. Honestly, I'm probably okay with this. Okay, so they don't want to tap out here, which is fine. I think we do this. I want to keep the counters as much as possible. Probably just looking for lands here if I can get to 7. So put this in my graveyard, into my library. Don't really care about lockdown in this matchup. We do have to be mindful of just like Jace milling us out. Yeah, it can kind of draw discard, which we want, and then it also gives us the ability to just kind of cheat out stuff. Yeah, if they're gonna ride Zen my random 2-drop, we're fine with that. I don't recall the stock list, what exactly. They play counterwise. We try to go for it. Take a land here. Get the cooler Omni. They have Spell Pierce, but control decks don't normally play Spell Pierce. So search your sideboard. Search your sideboard. Let's just see if I can dig into the second one. Perfect. Invasion. Sorry, when I do the combo, I just gotta pay attention. It's just a matter of like not messing up. So search our graveyard, get Haunt, cast Haunt. Drain him for 5. Do this. Search your graveyard. Season of Weaving. Graveyard. Graveyard. They really like just making you play it out. Search your graveyard. And they're dead. Alright. Yeah, I put Squee, I put Chandra, definitely just to kind of mess with them. So I think in this matchup, I want Grand Abolishers, I want Disenchants, I want Negates. I might want the Gear Hulks. Farah's Dispersal comes out, Temp Lockdown comes out. Probably... I mean, the Oracles are just like dumb that I can trim some of those. I guess this lets me kind of find stuff. Digs me into the combo, 2 cards to cut, so maybe just 2 Gear Hulks. And then play 1 less Oracle. This is going to be a tricky matchup because they have a lot of permission. They're going to have Rest in Peace, stuff like that. Game 1, they have like a lot more counters or removal. So this gives us a way to kind of combat it differently. Curious to see how the Gear Hulk plays. Never actually cast that card before. We gotta play quick to build up timeouts. 28 minutes, 24. I think we keep this. Yeah, so it makes a copy of like a token you already have. So you may of a creature you control, so you basically make a copy of the Omni. Do this. This can bounce this, which is nice. So So if they're on Rest in Peace, Falaji's worse than the Oracle. So the Oracle of Tragedy is probably a better call there. Let's stock up here. Disenchant and Confounding. Gives me another counter for like the combo turn. Miss Morris here. I think I maybe should have kept the land. Might have been smart to just disenchant now. Take that. See what Jace does here.
Emotions are distractions. Focus on the facts. Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
So I do want to hit a land, I think. Negate's good. But I think I need to chart a course here to try to dig for lands. Put this in my graveyard, this at the bottom. Not hitting a land there was pretty rough. Actually, don't attack. Yikes. Okay, so we just weren't hitting a land. There's my land. Cool. I mean, this works. So go to your... I mean, sometimes you just draw it. They mill us into it. We'll take that. I will say this deck is good. It is very stressful to play. I don't know why he would mill, or they would mill me. Like either you try to combo mill, but this deck is stressful. I don't know if you can see my heart rate. I just got the heart rate alert for the Apple Watch. All right. Gruul. We want temp lock down here. Happily take that. just do this, buy us some turns. Soaked up. 3 damage. Plotting Slick Shot. Actually interesting, because if I don't hit this, I could counter this. Buys me some time. I think we have to do this. Slick Shot just represents too much damage. We'll get double strike here, hit me for 4. See if they play out something else. Yeah, so the deck list will always be on... if you go to my Untapped, you can find them there. If you just go into events, you can find it. So just in the video description, you'll see my Untapped profile. You'll be able to find it there. It might be a little iffy, but we're a quarter of the way through. We just need an Omni. Second Manifold. Plotted Slick Shot. So put 1 into my hand, 1 into the graveyard. I could basically let them do a bunch of stuff and then try to, as far as dispersal, let them go all in on this. Bit unlucky just seeing a third of the deck, no Omniscience yet. As far as dispersal should hopefully get us a little bit closer. Oh, they got the protection. Exactly. Okay, so I wasn't playing around that. I think we just do these two. The ground stuff's fine. Chart, of course, probably the worst. Like, we don't want to tap out. Couldn't play around the protection effect there. This is probably the leyline version. I don't know if we need to play... Like, I can't imagine that they're going to be playing Ghost Vacuum or stuff like that. If they have it, I can just try to get the Blast Zone to blow it up. I think we're just digging here. Yeah, I think the traditional one's fine. If this is the leyline version, it's a lot worse. Stock up here. They might be on Fling. Again, just try to dig for something here. We'll block the Scamp. Just because it could fling extra damage at us. They want to do here. Hopefully not plot Slick Shot. Encouraging. Oh, they are going all in. Probably just land. So here, I could technically Blast Zone, but it takes me off a land for the turn. And it also makes it so I take a bunch of damage, which I'd rather not do. Just have to hope they don't have like Slick Shot. Yeah, probably there's a high likelihood they're gonna have Fling. We stop drawing Omnis. Vara's Dispersal. Probably stock up. I mean, if they have the Overprotect, I'm probably dead. At least it takes out some of the damage. Oh shit. I want both of these. Okay, I think we move one off. They can try to go for it again, but me showing them that I put away a lockdown might get them to commit more to the board. Oh, we're gonna get him. We are gonna get him. Yeah, I don't like this deck from the stress level. So I want Flood Farm and I want Confounding Riddle. I think we still keep this because it can counter most like haste threats. Mind you, at this point, Slick Shot is going to be a problem. Okay. Opponent's done their thing and does not want to play anymore. Do we just like get off the combo and just play like these things is an interesting line. Grand Abolisher doesn't really do too much. I think we just send it back. They're definitely ley line. We have the lockdown, but the rest of the hand doesn't do much. As much as to put a combo piece back feels bad. I think we gotta dig to lockdown. Depending on like their board state, I also have Blast Zone. Might have been right to keep that other hand. Okay, that is a card. I think we are just looting away the land there. We go shields down for a turn. I want to hide this as long as possible. Might be able to kill me here. Or come close. 6. You have a double strike? 11. Alright. Don't do me like this. Heartfire. Moment of Truth. Good stock up. So depending what they do, I'll either Moment of Truth or Blast Zone. Ew. Invasion to hand. We're definitely keeping that. The question is, do I just try to set up the stock up line? Go shields down. We die to overprotect. I think we just have to try that. I think we are just doing that. I could do the same as last time, wait for them to attack, let them react. Protection. Didn't matter. Alright. 2-1. It might have been right to just wait a turn. I don't know. That one, we could have played it a little safer, but we were running the risk, like they're eventually just going to push for it. They needed the extra protection effect there. They had used one already. That's fine. Alright, so we'll claim that one.